So, I wasn't going to talk about the New Year's Six Bowls in this video originally, but like, we gotta talk about we gotta talk about this. But I get ahead of myself here. Welcome to another week of football discussions. We're going over the Cowboys Eagle games, like whatever and stuff, and that Texas Arizona State game. Oh my god. Okay, so I'll start with the less important one, the Cowboys Eagles stuff and professional stuff first, because just to get that out of the way. So Cowboys Eagles, that was a blowout. That was an absolutely miserable performance by the Cowboys. But honestly, I don't care at this point. The Cowboys season's been over, and this just kind of gets us closer to like getting a good draft spot. Just, not a very good performance by the Cowboys. We were miserable on offense. We were miserable on defense. The Eagles just had their way with us for the entirety of that game. Kenny Pickett torched us in the first half, and then all the Eagles' third-string people torched us in the second half. And just an awful performance by the Cowboys. I don't expect much. Hopefully this is the like that awful loss that gets Jerry to finally realize that McCarthy is a moron and needs to be fired. But yeah, just another terrible Cowboys game. As for the rest of the NFL, I didn't really. I watched some stuff, but I never finished the games. Like, I didn't watch the Bears-Seahawks game, but I know that was like 6-3 in a terrible game. I watched the first half of the Commies-Falcons game, but I didn't watch the ending, which apparently I should have because it went into overtime. One story I do want to talk about, though, is the Chiefs-Steelers game. So it was Christmas, and I was hanging out with my family, and the Chiefs were in the red zone, and my uncle asked, hey, what do you think is going to happen at the end of this drive? And one of my other cousins or first cousins once removed or whatever, they said, field goal. My dad said touchdown. And I said third down, conversion fails, but they get a penalty. It's going to be first and goal. And what happens on that drive? What happens? They fail on the third down and they got a penalty, but also they got a penalty on the offense side where also they offset and it was third down again and they missed on that one again and no flag. So I didn't get it, but I was so close, and it's hilarious that I got that close on how a Chiefs drives would end. I thought that was funny. But yeah, I did watch the Lions 49ers game, which, wow, the Lions, they are really, really good. Like, even like their defense being bad, their offense is just that high powered, and like they're gonna keep getting better and better and get some of their talent back as these weeks go on here. And if they get that first round by beating the Vikings, then that's going to be huge for them because that means they can keep getting these defensive players back. And just, the Lions are really scary. They're really, really scary. So, yeah, that's professional football. Not a lot to talk about because, with the 7th seed, kind of everything's already into place with the playoffs. With football, it's just like, hey, are the Bengals going to get in or the Broncos going to get in? The Lions going to be the first seed or the Vikings going to be the first seed? Not like actual, like, who's in and who's out sort of thing. But yeah, that's professional. Now for college, and we got to talk about that ASU Texas game. That was, oh my God, my heart could not handle it. That was such an emotionally exhausting experience. I felt myself age like 20 years from that. Oh, that was not. So it started off really good for the Longhorns, really, really good, because, ASU didn't get a whole lot, got like a field goal at best in the first quarter, and within like the first 2 plays, Texas scored a touchdown, and then the second time they get the ball, they get it on a kick return, punt return, whatever. They got it on return, and it's 14-3 or whatever at the end of the first. It was crazy, and so like Texas had a pretty sizable lead going to third, and I was like really happy because I was complaining a lot about Texas not getting being sluggish at the start of a game and not being able to, get things going really quick. And I was really happy. And I was like, oh my God, the Texas Longhorns are actually listening to me and not being sluggish in the first quarter. And then the second half started and ASU got a touchdown, which is whatever, but we were still up by 2-3 scores. And then Texas gets a touchdown and it's like, well, yeah, we're pretty comfortably in the lead at this point. And then ASU on a 4th down trick play gets a massive touchdown, and that's huge. And kind of panicking, but I wasn't worried because Stark has been very good when it comes to not letting the heat of the moment get to these players and helping them stay calm, being disciplined, just focusing on getting the win. But that did not happen this game. That did not happen because pretty much immediately after that touchdown, Ewers throws a terrible interception, and it's suddenly ASU's ball again, and they just march right down the field, and they get it, and it's a tie game. It is a tie game. We choke away a 16-point lead or whatever, and just, I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out so badly, but at least Stark did keep them calm for at least the drive, and they were able to get into field goal range, so I'm like, okay, they can just put it up by 3 and hopefully have our defense be able to keep ASU out of field goal range. And Burt misses the field goal. That's it. We're done. That's over. This game's over. We're not moving on. That's nope. And then ASU immediately starts going down the field, and there's like, it's 3rd and 10 or whatever, and like they're almost in field goal range, and they throw the ball to the guy, and he's in the middle of the field, not near the yellow line, and we get a tackle. That's great. Oh God, that's targeting. That's very obviously targeting. He hit him in the head with his head. Oh no. Oh, it's gonna be first and whatever. ASU's gonna be in field goal range. Oh, we're gonna lose this game. We're gonna lose the game. No, the refs don't call it targeting. Which, what? How? That was very clearly targeting. I don't know. Just, I'm losing it at this point because I don't know how the heck that happened. What? No targeting on that call. We still have life. They punt it. We get into field goal range again. Burt has a chance to redeem himself. The Stark's talking over to him, so just calming him down, saying, "Hey, you got this. You're cool. We got this. Okay." Burt has a chance, and it doinks. Oh, we're going into overtime. Oh, my heart is just been going all over the place at this point. I'm freaking out. Just this game, it won't stop. It would not stop. And so Texas wins the coin flip on overtime. They let ASU go first, and ASU they just waltz on down and get the touchdown. Oh man, I'm freaking out here. And like the thing is, we had them on a 3rd and long, and then the quarterback just ran right past them to get the first down and just. So yeah, ASU gets the touchdown in overtime, and then the Longhorns then have to get another touchdown if they want to win. They can't just win on a field goal again, which I don't know if we want to risk it on a field goal at that point. But Longhorns need to get a touchdown in overtime, and it's 4th down. It's 4th and 13. I'm losing hope. I'm like, at that point, I wasn't even like watching the game. I was standing out in the hall and like having my family yell what's happening on the screen at that point. But apparently we convert on the 4th down and we get a touchdown. Oh, thank God, we're still in this. And then immediately afterwards, Texas gets the ball again for the second overtime, and we get a touchdown immediately. We get it immediately. And then we go for the 2-point conversion. We get it. We get the 2-point conversion. And so now it's ASU ball again. And we're holding him down. We're getting defense, but it's 3rd and long again. And we're panicking again because that's where we were in the same position last time, and they let the quarterback run and get the first down. And during that 3rd down, we rush him down. The QB throws the ball, and it's intercepted. Oh, the game's over. Oh, that was the least deserved playoff win ever. Oh man, I don't know how. Holy moly, what did I just watch? I don't know how we won that. That was. I mean, shout outs to ASU and their running back. They absolutely mollywopped us in that second half. That was just like the SEC's already kind of losing the narrative on it being better because they lost all the bowl games. That does not help. Us struggling against the Big 12 does not help. And like, we're going to get mollywopped against Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. Just that if the team that showed up in that second half shows up at the Cotton Bowl, it's done. OSU's going to the national championship. That was so bad. I don't know what happened there. That was just such an awful second half by the Longhorns. And like, we won it, and we got a week to figure out what the heck went wrong there. But the Longhorns live on. Hopefully this was just a one-time thing, and like a good team will show up in the Cotton Bowl. But yeah, just, oh, my heart. And so that was the Longhorns game against ASU. I guess we should talk about the rest of the playoffs. Boise State, Penn State, that was a blowout. Boise State almost brought it back in the second half, but then they didn't. And so Penn State marches on yet again. But like, they shall have. I know it's wrong for me to say this, because, you know, winning a New Year's Six Bowl, regardless of who your opponent is still good. It's still like a good solid win. But like, Boise State and SMU were not top 5 teams, and Penn State's thing is that they can't be top 5 teams. And like, the thing is, they're going up against Notre Dame in the Orange Bowl, and like, it's Notre Dame. So Penn State could literally win all their games, and then they have to face Ohio State in the national championship game, provided we don't win, which maybe we won't, maybe we'll. Hopefully we win, but that's beside the point. But yeah, Penn State is going to have to face Ohio State, possibly, if they somehow manage to win against Notre Dame. But yeah, Penn State takes down Boise State in a pretty convincing fashion. OSU, Oregon, that was also a massive blowout. It was like 36-0 at one point. Just a miserable game for Oregon. Unfortunately, that O is still a 0 for the amount of national championships they have, which it stings, because like, of the teams that were still in the playoffs, outside of obviously Texas, I was rooting for Oregon, because I don't want Ohio State to win. I don't want Georgia to win. But yeah, very unfortunate, crushing defeat for Oregon. Ohio State, Ryan Day is certainly playing like his coaching job's on the line, because that was a dominating performance. That was a dominating performance against Tennessee. That was a dominating performance against Oregon. Just a complete and utter pantsing by Ohio State against Oregon. And they are going to pants us in the Cotton Bowl. That, if they play like that and we play like we did, just Ohio State looks really good right now. Notre Dame, Georgia. So I guess before I talk about this, obviously, my condolences to those who lost their lives and their families in that terrorist attack in New Orleans. That's really not the way we want to start the New Year's. That was my condolences. I don't know what to say here, because I don't know what you'd want to hear from some random guy on the internet about a terrorist attack. But yeah, obviously that was weighing heavy on the game. But Notre Dame and Georgia still had a match to play, and they, by golly, played it. And Notre Dame, it wasn't a blowout. Like, for the first half, it wasn't a blowout, because it was like 6-3 with a couple of seconds left in the second half. And Georgia and Notre Dame were keeping close. But then Notre Dame got a massive turnover and got a touchdown off of it. And then in the second half, they get a kick return touchdown, and suddenly it looks like Notre Dame is completely in control of the game. And they pretty much did control the game for the rest of that. Like, Georgia got a quick touchdown after that, but once they got that quick touchdown, it was mostly Notre Dame all the way. They played well on defense. Both teams played well on defense. Notre Dame played a little better on offense, and that's ultimately what won them the game. Just really good coaching by Freeman. Really, they didn't play like Notre Dame, They played good. They played solid football. They played up to competition instead of down, which just a big win for Notre Dame here. Their first New Year's Six Bowl win since the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. That's how long it's been since they last won a New Year's Six Bowl, and that's a really big win for them. That's a big monkey off their chest. So yeah, just a really not dominating, but like a really solid performance by Notre Dame against Georgia. And just Georgia, oh man, the SEC arguments are the chants of SEC, ironically, are getting louder and louder as Georgia falls. And now Texas, that Texas team that played that game against Arizona State, is the only hope at this point, which, I mean, who cares? Because Georgia, I didn't want them to win, because I don't like Georgia. I didn't want to play them in the national championship game a third time, But yeah, just Georgia just lost it. They lost it there. So that's the top 4 for the college football playoffs right now. Ohio State, Texas at the Cotton Bowl, and Notre Dame, Penn State at the Orange Bowl. So it's heating up here. All the teams that were like 11-1, 10-2, Like, all those teams are gone. It's just Kaiju versus Kaiju now. The big boys are playing. And, like, I hope Texas beats Ohio State, but I'm scared about the team that I saw on New Year's being the one that shows up to Ohio State. And I'm scared about that, but I hope they win. I really hope they win. They have a week and a half to prepare for it. And as for Penn State, Notre Dame, I mean, the thing is, I don't really trust Penn State to beat a top 5 team. Granted, if there was any top 5 team that they could beat, it'd be Notre Dame. So we'll see how that one plays out in Miami. As for the other bowl games, Pop-Tart Bowl, unfortunately I didn't see that, but apparently Miami blew that game. And Iowa State was the one that got to enjoy the ritualistic eating of a life-size Pop-Tart. That was fun. Alabama, Michigan, ha ha. Alabama lost. Ha. So yeah, bunch of other bowl games that happened. USC, Illinois, I believe. South Carolina USC, not South California USC. Apparently there was some weird time management shenanigans happening there, but at the end of the day, South Carolina lost that one. I wanted to start laughing at A&M for losing to USC, the other USC, but I don't have it in me. I used up all my energy talking about that Texas game, so no, unfortunately we won't be continuing this now. But yeah, that's all the other bowl games I want to talk about, and that's college football. So join us next time as the Cowboys finish out this pathetic season. And I don't think I'll be talking about the Longhorns because that's going to be like next Friday. So that wouldn't be in the same time frame as the Cowboys Commies game. But yeah, the Longhorns are also facing Ohio State in the top 4 of the college football playoffs. So yeah, until next time, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and bye.